Good afternoon, class. Thank you. You can sit down. All right, then we looked at simplifying, multiplying, and dividing of algebraic fractions in our previous lesson. We will look at the answers to the homework you were given, and then we'll go on to addition and subtraction of algebraic fractions. All right, then the first one was a squared plus 5x plus 6 over x squared minus 9. Patrick, your answer, please. A.
X plus 2 over x minus 3.
X plus 2 over x minus 3. All right, correct for letter A. Letter B, Livingston.
Half.
1 over 2, you all agree? Huh? Oh, some people don't agree. Okay, let's see. Any other answers then for letter B? Lester, you got half or a different answer? Different one, okay.
3 times x minus 4 over 6.
Over 6. Any other answers? Yes, Pondrele, Pastor Mike. Make sure you stand, please.
X minus 4 over 9.
X minus 4 over 9. Any other answers? Oh, still some people have different answers. Okay, we.
X minus 4 over 2.
X minus 4 over 2. Okay, let's see. 3x minus 12 is factorized as 3 times x minus 4 over 4x minus 2 is factorized as 2 times 2x minus 1 multiplied by 6x minus 3 is 3 times 2x minus 1 over 9. All right, 2x minus 1 and 2x minus 1, sorry, divide 2x minus 1 by 2x minus 1, we get 1. 3 and 9 is 3, then 3 and 3. I get x minus 4 over 2. So this answer is the correct one. Okay, so letter B, x minus 4 on 2. All right, let us see. Kila.
X plus 1 over 2x plus 3.
X plus 1 over 2x plus 3. Yes? Okay, letter D. Kyle.
One.
Is it 1? Letter E. Oh, okay. Any questions? All right, you just have to remember that you are not supposed to cancel. You're supposed to factorize first before you cancel. Okay. Now we go on to adding and subtracting of algebraic fractions. All right, example number 1. If I added a half and 1/3, how would I do that? Or what is the first thing I'm supposed to do? Siegfried, I want to add a half and 1/3. What do I need to do first?
Find the lowest common denominator.
Okay, what is the lowest common denominator of 2 and 3?
6.
All right, after I find the lowest common denominator, what do I do then?
You divide the denominator by 6, then you multiply it by the numerator.
Okay, you divide 6 into each of the denominators. So 6 divided by 2 will give me 3, and then I get 3, I multiply by the numerator. So 3 times 1 is 3, and 6 divided by 3 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. The answer is 5 on 6. Okay, the same applies to algebra. Say, for instance, if I was adding 1 over a plus 3 over a squared. What is the lowest common multiple of a and a squared? Megan?
A.
Are you sure it's a?
Yes.
Natasha, what do you think? You agree that it's a?
Yes.
Yes. Geno? Are you sure it's a?
Yes.
Okay, she's also sure it's a. All right then, let's just look at two numbers. If we were talking about 6 and 4, and we wanted to find the lowest common multiple of 6 and 4, what did you learn in grade 9? Margaret, how would you find the lowest common multiple of 6 and 4? What would you do? Anyone remembers how you were taught on how to find the lowest common multiple? Come on. Try.
You find the factors of 6 and 4.
Okay, she says find the factors of 6 and 4. We want to find the lowest common multiple. Is Margaret correct? Rita? Margaret said find the factors of 6 and 4. My question is we want to find the lowest common multiple of 6 and 4. My question to you is she correct? She's not sure. Who can tell us what you are supposed to do when you are asked to find the lowest common multiple of 4 and 6? Solomon? I know you were taught this in grade 9 or maybe grade 8.
You look for the multiples of 6 and 4.
Okay, multiples of 6 will be 6, 12, 18, and so on. Multiples of 4 will be 4, 8, 12, 16, and so on. Then what do you do?
You find the one that is like the lowest common denominator of both.
The multiple that is common to both numbers.
Yes.
And it has to be the lowest one. Like here, the next one is going to be 24. This one is going to be 20 and then 24. It can't be 24 because 24 is not the lowest multiple that's common to both. It has to be 12. Okay, you do exactly the same when it comes to algebra. Note, factors is not the same as multiples. Factors is different. It's like they're opposite. The opposite of each other. Okay, when it comes to algebra, if I wanted to find out which is the common multiple of a and a squared, the first multiple of a will be a because it's a times 1. A times 2 is going to be 2a, and so on. Okay, here is going to be a times 1, but then it's a, the other one is going to be a squared. So if I multiply by a instead of 1 and 2 and all that, I will get a, and then a times a will be a squared. This one is going to be a squared straight away. A times a will be a squared, and this one is going to be a cubed, and so on. A to the power of 4, a cubed, and so on now. So you can see that A squared is the lowest common multiple of A and A squared. If you are undecided, all you need to do is to look at the powers. If we were talking about the common factor, the one with the lowest power will become the common factor. That's the one we were given. A is the common factor of A and A squared. The lowest common multiple is the one with the highest power. It's kind of the opposite. So the common factor here, the common multiple here is A squared. A squared divided by A will give me A. A times 1 is A. A squared divided by A squared is 1 times 3 is 3. So the answer, A plus 3 over A squared. Okay, example number 3. All right, A plus 3 over 4 minus A plus 2 over 6. This is what this means. It means that I'm subtracting this fraction from this fraction. The lowest common multiple of 4 and 6 we already saw. We just mentioned it a few minutes ago, is 12. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 3 times A plus 3. 12, listening, 12 divided by 6 is 2. There's a minus sign outside. So you have to attach it to 2. You have to multiply it by 2. And then multiply that by A plus 2. And then you expand. We now get 3A plus 9 minus 2A minus 4 over 12. 3A minus 2A is A. 9 minus 4 is 5. So A plus 5 over 12. Example number 4. Okay, I have x minus 1. Remember, it means one thing because it's the denominator of 3 over x minus 1. So it's representing one number. You cannot separate x and minus 1. Minus 2 over x squared minus x. The way it is, we cannot work out the lowest common multiple yet. Okay, if you look at this one, 2 and 3 don't have, if you cannot, like here, 4 and 6, you have to actually work out which one is the common multiple. With this one, you can just multiply because they're not really common. So 3 times 2 will give us 6. Okay, for this one, what we need to do is to factorize this. When we do that, we have x times x minus 1. Okay, so I have a denominator of x minus 1 and a denominator of x times x minus 1. Okay. What is the lowest common multiple? What you can do is you have a look at this denominator and you see what is common to both of them. Okay, what is common? Can you see what is common? What is it? X minus 1. Okay. If that is common, then it will become part of the lowest common multiple. Okay. There is an x that is left here. If anything else is left, that means I have to get it and I have to multiply it by what I've got here already. So I multiply x minus 1, which is common to both. I write it only once, and I have to multiply it by x. Okay, if we had a 2 here, okay, if this was 2 times x minus 1, then because 2 is only here and not here, I also have to get it and multiply it by the one that is common. Okay, so the lowest common multiple of 2 times x minus 1 and x times x minus 1 is 2x times x minus 1. So sometimes you have to factorize the denominators first. And then I divide 2x times x minus 1 divided by 2 times x minus 1. What am I left with? X. Remember, I'm dividing this by this. 2 times x minus 1 will cancel out. I'm left with x. That's what I get, and I multiply it by the numerator. So 3 times x is 3x. Are you with me? Okay, then I divide again. 2x times x minus 1 divided by x times x minus 1. I am left now with 2. So 2 times 2 will be 4. There's a minus sign there, so 3x minus 4. Can I cancel anything? Can I cancel anything here with anything here? No. If I had an x outside here, or if I wanted to, if there was any common factor between 3x and 4, then I would factorize and then I can cancel later on. But the way it is, I cannot cancel even this 4 and 2 because it says 3x minus 4 all over 2x times x minus 1. Okay. I want you to do letters A, B, and C. For the one with indices, take the one with the highest power, which is a squared. Okay, so 3a squared. You have to include 3 as well because there's nothing common here and here. So if it's 3 is there by itself, so you have to multiply it by. Which one? Yeah. No, you can't cancel 4 and 12. If this was, let's say 8, then you can take out 4 and it's going to be x minus 2 and then you can cancel 4 and 12 outside the brackets. Like the way it is now, you can't. Okay. Can you see anything that's common here and here between, okay, you've done a squared already. What about the number? This one is 1. The common multiple of 3 and 1 is 3, so it has to go there too. Yeah? 3 squared is correct. Yeah. How? Okay. A squared is, you were not listening when I was talking. A squared is the common multiple of a and a squared because 3 is, okay, on the other one, there is no number. So it's like 1. The common multiple of 3 and 1 is 3. That's the only multiple of 3 and 1. So you have to include 3 multiplied by a squared. So it's 3a squared. Finished? That's it. Okay, 3a times a is 3a squared. Yeah, okay, 3a squared. Yeah, it's all right. You can factorize, so that's okay. Okay, this is like having two different numbers. One number is a plus 1, the other number is a minus 1. There's nothing common about the two of them. If there's nothing common, what do you do? Like 2 and 3. What did you do to get 6? You multiply, same. Multiply a plus 1 and a minus 1. Okay, this represents a number and this one is a number. Okay, a plus 1 represents one thing, one number. A minus 1, another number. Okay, if these two numbers are different, and there's nothing common in them, like what you did to 2 and 3 there, you multiply 2 and 3, same. So you, to get the lowest common multiple, you multiply. No, it's a squared plus 2a minus 9 over 3a squared. You can't cancel that a squared because there's a plus. If it was multiplying, you can. So this is the answer and not that. What? Okay, it's like a plus 1 is a different number and a minus 1 is a different number. It's like 2 and 3. So what do you do? In other words, if you put them in brackets, what do? You are actually multiplying. Like 2 times 3 is 6. So a plus 1 times a minus 1. Huh? Okay, so what do you mean? Stop speaking pidgin. That's the highest common. The highest common factor of a and a squared is there. Sorry, lowest common multiple. And then this one, You can look at it this way too. There's 1 there and there's 3. What's the common multiple of 3 and 1? No. 1 is a factor of 3, not a multiple. 3. So that's it. 3a squared. All right, let's look at letter A. Letter A, x minus 2 over 3 plus plus 1 over 4. All right, first of all, we have to find the lowest common multiple of 4 and 3. Miriam, what is the lowest common multiple of 4 and 3? 12. Okay, then we divide. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 4 times x minus 2. And then we divide 12 by 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 3 times 1 is 3. Then you expand or you remove the brackets. 4x minus 8 plus 3 over 12. Can you collect the like terms? Yes, minus 8 plus 3 is negative 5. So 4x minus 5 on 12. All right, that's letter A. Now we go on to letter B. Letter B is A plus 2 over 3A minus 3 over A squared. If you see an index, like there's an A to the power of 1 here and A to the power of 2. What did I say about this? Which is the term that goes to be the lowest common multiple? The one with the highest power, so A squared. Is anything here and here common? Apart from the A and the A squared, we've already got the common multiple of A and A squared, which is A squared. 3, is it common here? No. So what did I say here? You get it and multiply it by what you've got already. So you multiply this by 3. Another way you can look at it is this way. This is 1A squared, remember? 3 and 1 do not have any other common multiple except 3. Remember, common multiple is not the same as common factor. 3 and 1 have a common factor of 1, but a common multiple of 3. So it comes down here. So the lowest common multiple of 3A and A squared is 3A squared. So 3A squared divided by 3A leaves me with 1A. So I get that and I multiply by A plus 2. Then I divide again. 3A squared divided by 1A squared leaves me with 3. 3 times negative 3 will be negative 9. So A squared plus 2A minus 9 over 3A squared. Can I cancel A squared and 3A squared? Yes or no? No. I already told you, if you've got a plus there, it means do not cancel. If it was like this, see the difference? If you were able to factorize, and then you get A squared times A plus 9 over 3A squared. Then you can cancel A squared and A squared because this is a multiplication sign that is unwritten, that's not written. So that you can cancel. Otherwise, if it is like this, you cannot cancel because this is what you are saying. You are saying that this A squared plus 2A minus 9 represents one number because it's like a number here over another number. That's a fraction. So you cannot cancel them separately like that. Even if it was like this, a plus 4 over, let's say a plus, or over a. You cannot cancel this a and this a, because this thing says it's a plus 4 over a. It's one number over another one, so you cannot cancel. You can separate them out and say a plus 4, a over a, and then 4 over a, but you cannot cancel unless you do that. Is it clear? Like this number here, I can write it as, I can write it as a over a plus 4 over a, because you remember, if the denominators are the same, then you can add the numerator. So you can rewrite it like that, and then when it's like this, yes, you can cancel and say that's 1 plus 4 over a, because you can cancel this a and this a. You understand? Like this, you cannot cancel. Okay, so that's the answer to letter B. Let's see what you have for letter C. Okay, it's 3 over a plus 1 minus 2 over a minus 1. Okay, if you look at the example 1 again, this is how I used to remember working out the lowest common multiple. If there is nothing common about 2 and 3, I just multiply. Like 4 and 6, I cannot multiply 4 and 6 because I know that 2 is common in 4 and 6, because both of them are multiples of 2. So that's why I have to try and work out what the lowest common multiple is. But here, they don't have there is nothing common about 2 and 3. So the easiest thing I used to do was just to multiply and get 6. I don't even line up the multiples of 2 and the multiples of 3 and get the lowest common multiple, because I don't see anything common. That's exactly what you are going to do here. It's a plus 1 and a minus 1. You cannot say a is common. Again, the reason being a is added to 1. It's one thing. And this one, 1 is subtracted from a. So you cannot say a is common. It's like saying this is a number 2 and this is a number 3, something like that. So you'll have to multiply to get the lowest common multiple. So the lowest common multiple of this is a plus 1 multiplied by a minus 1. Okay. Then you divide. A plus 1 divided by a plus 1 will leave me with a minus 1. I get it and I multiply it by 3. So 3 times a minus 1. Okay, then I get it again and I divide by a minus 1. So a plus 1 times a minus 1 divided by a minus 1 leaves me with a plus 1. So minus 2 times a plus 1. All right, which is 3a minus 3 minus 2a minus 2 over a plus 1 times a minus 1. All right, then we collect the like terms. 3a minus 3a is 1a. And then minus 3 minus 5 will, minus 3 minus 2 will give us negative 5. So it's a minus 5 over a plus 1 times a minus 1. That's it. You cannot simplify anymore by canceling anything. Any questions? If anything I didn't explain clearly, ask, please. Okay, I'm assuming because you've been to grade 9 and you've been to grade 10, you can work out what the lowest common multiple is, especially for numbers. Okay, for homework, you are going to do letters D, E, and F. For letter E, you will have to factorize the denominator here, a squared minus b. Also factorize this before you work out what the lowest common multiple is. Okay, 3 questions only for homework. I'll see how you go for those ones, and then if we still have any problems, then we'll continue with that next lesson. All right, then the keyword to the pilot teacher is algebraic. Good afternoon, class. Thank you.